Yo, welcome to another episode of Shop Life. Today we're going to be packing up 9 t-shirts in a poly mailer. And this poly mailer measures at 14 by 19. So 14 by 19 poly mailer. We're going to throw 9 t-shirts in there. Shout out to the homie who picked up 9 t-shirts. And I wanted to show you something. So usually I ship everything through the post office, USPS. This time, it was gonna be a lot cheaper if I went through standard UPS ground. They were both gonna get there in one day, but priority through the post office at 5 pounds and I think it was like 5.2 pounds, 5.3 pounds or something like that. Through the post office, that was gonna be about a good $9 to $10 going to California. This is going to Wildomar, actually. It was gonna be $9 going through there, but UPS ground, it'll take 1 business day. It was only $6. So just to show you, sometimes you gotta look at what's gonna be the best option. Usually, to make my life easier, I go through the post office because I could just drop everything off, but I also live close to a UPS hub and a UPS store right down the street, so I could just drop this off. So when I was looking at the shipping, it made sense. This customer's obviously getting free shipping. I wanted to make sure it got to them as soon as possible. Like I said, they're out in Wildomar, California, which is like a good hour to 2 hour drive from here. So I'm gonna try to get this to them hopefully by tomorrow, if not the day after. But I wanted to share that with you, that whenever you're using Shopify, they'll put like how much FedEx costs, how much UPS costs, how much the post office costs. Usually, most of the stuff that I do, my flat rate shipping is going through the post office, and that takes like 3 to 5 business days to get delivered. But then on my priority flat rate, that usually takes like 1 to 3 days depending on where you live in the country. I only ship to just the United States only. I don't do anything international. Dealing with customs has been a headache for me in the past, so I stopped doing it. Now I only deliver to all 50 states only. So when I use Shopify, somebody places an order, it'll list how much everything costs. It'll calculate if you're putting all your t-shirts into Shopify and saying this is how much they weigh, this is how much these bags weigh, this is how much the poly mailers weigh. Once you do that, Shopify will break everything down for you. So it'll say, all right, it's gonna be this much, 5 pounds, and I think it was like 5.2 pounds. I don't even have to break out the scale anymore. It'll calculate everything for me, and then it'll say this is the cheapest, this is the fastest, and then it'll have every other option underneath that. Shopify gives you a little bit of a discount when it comes to shipping. Not much, but it's a small discount on your end, so that also helps. So let's get into it. We're gonna pack this thing up, show you guys how I put 9 t-shirts into 1 poly mailer. I don't even know if I've ever done 9 t-shirts in a poly mailer before, but we're about to find out right now if it'll actually work. Probably gonna add a little bit of tape to reinforce this thing, but so far this is what it looks like. Pretty filled up, and we got 3 more t-shirts to go. Just gonna shove them in there. We're gonna throw a handwritten note inside also. I also got a package in the mail from the homie Darryl, so after this we'll go open it up and see what he sent me. I kind of know what he sent me already because he gave me a heads up. Little handwritten note for the homie. That goes in there. And let's see if we can get a few more t-shirts stuffed in here. The last one I put in there looks like it's struggling. Maybe we can fold these up like this. Yeah, that works. Boom. Now, I'm gonna seal this thing up. Like I said, I'm gonna add a piece of tape to the outside just to reinforce everything that I just did, just in case. Hopefully the customer doesn't tear into this with some crazy knife or something, but we'll do this just for peace of mind. We'll throw one more on there. Perfect. There you go. 9 t-shirts into a poly mailer. Looks a little crazy, but there you have it. And we're still gonna seal it up with one of my stickers just cause. This one's ready to go out to Wildemar via UPS. Yo, check it out. We just got a package from the homie Darryl Williams, the native mailman. About to slice this thing open. I already know what's in here. I don't know what it looks like, but we're about to check it out together right now. Came with a little note. Let me check this thing out. Big Brando, you didn't think it was coming. I mentioned it on one of your Tuesday talks about all I've learned from your YouTube videos. I'm the guy with 7 hospital stays in 362 days. Damn. Serious, I haven't even opened my Trans Pro Plus, still in the box, but I have learned so much from your videos that I just want to give a little back. So here's a Harley shirt from Milwaukee. Shout out to the homie Darryl for hooking me up. He had hit me up on a live stream. I live stream every Tuesday, and he had talked about sending me out something, and here it is right here. And dope thing is, he found out that I rode Harleys. He's from Milwaukee, where Harley's from, so he ended up sending me a t-shirt from there. Rest of this note, I'm reading it, it's 2 sides. So the rest of it says, I'm still on crutches, but setting up my heat press in a week or 2. Shopify, starter plan, Instagram business page, set up Rollo thermal printer, but I have to practice and give out a few free t-shirts and tote bags. Thanks, Darryl Williams. Darryl Williams, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you all the way from Milwaukee. This is dope as hell. Let's get into the t-shirt that he sent out. We got the eagle on that thing. Most of you guys already know this, but I personally ride Harleys. So anytime that I'm out traveling, I'm always going out to different Harley dealerships and picking up t-shirts from wherever I travel to. I haven't been out to Milwaukee, so shout out to Darryl for sending me this from Milwaukee. This is what the back of the t-shirt looks like, and this is usually what I buy the shirts for, is for the locations on the back. Milwaukee Harley Davidson, all the bikes inside of here, Timeless Legends, Wisconsin. This is my first Milwaukee, Wisconsin Harley Davidson t-shirt. Appreciate you, Darryl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually, today's Tuesday when I'm recording this, because I just got this package in. I'm gonna edit this thing down, but I will show this t-shirt on the live stream tonight. So appreciate you, Darryl, 1000%. This is gonna end up in a Shop Life vlog, but thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's the tag. I don't know what blank they use. This one feels pretty good. I appreciate the thick collar. If you can see this, anytime I see Harley Davidson t-shirts, if I'm at a dealership and they have the thin collar, usually I'm reluctant to buy because I know it's gonna fit me weird, but this one has a thick collar, so I know this is gonna fit me just right. Size extra large. Milwaukee Harley Davidson. This is my first one in my collection. I'm gonna cherish this one and keep this t-shirt, brother, so I appreciate you. Once again, here's the front of the t-shirt. Wishing you a speedy recovery, brother. All the best to your business, especially just setting up your heat press, getting everything rolling now. Thank you so much for this, and I appreciate you for soaking up the information that I share and applying it to your own business. All right, there you have it. Shout out to the homie Darryl for even sending me this Harley t-shirt, thinking of me to even send this Harley t-shirt, so I really appreciate it, homie. Also, I want everybody to know out there that I buy my poly mailers from Amazon. I know that there are way better options out there. You could get custom poly mailers, you could get thousands of them for way cheaper. I'm a creature of convenience. I personally like to get my stuff in same day, if not next day, and that's what Amazon does for me. So I buy my poly mailers from Amazon. There's gonna be a bunch of people in the comments, so, well, why don't you buy them from here? Or why don't you do this? You know, you could get them overseas and blah, blah, blah. There are other options out there. I'm just sharing what I do. If you wanted to check out the exact poly mailers I use, I have a shipping supplies link in the description box that'll take you straight to the Amazon page that has everything I use, from my clear poly bags to my regular mailers to rulers I use to the folder I use to all of that good stuff is on there for you. If you didn't want to shop through that link, you could just type into Amazon poly mailers, whatever size you're looking for, and whatever they have to offer will pop up for you. Like I said, there are other options out there For me, I like to get my stuff as fast as possible, and nobody could beat Amazon when it comes to the shipping. Whenever I'm buying thread for my embroidery machine, people are like, why don't you buy your thread from over here? And I'm like, man, Amazon would deliver it the same day for me. The company you're talking about cannot do that for me. Yeah, it might be a little bit cheaper, but thread's only like $4 to $7 anyways. And if I could get free shipping and free same day shipping at that, easy call for myself. That's why I use Amazon. There's so many people that are against it, not 100% why, or maybe it's because like they found other sources to get things and they're like, Amazon's the devil or whatever it is. Nah, for me, I'm convenience only. If I could get it as soon as possible, that's the option I'm going with. So if you're like myself, use Amazon for a lot of your stuff. There's certain people that are out there that are like, you got to get tens of thousands of poly mailers. If you're not moving that type of volume, you don't need 10,000 poly mailers. If you're buying them by the 100 and 200, easy call. You're shipping out t-shirts every day. That'll get you by just fine. Remember, just because you can doesn't mean you have to. A lot of people have this mentality like, all right, I got to buy this wholesale, or I got to buy this in bulk, and I got to do this. Just because you can, you don't have to do that. A lot of times we overbuy a lot of stuff and we are limited on space wherever we're working out of. If you're working out of your house, if you're working out of your garage or your dorm room or your bedroom, we're limited with space. So we can't stock a bunch of extra stuff just because it was a little bit cheaper. We have to work within our means. So be mindful of that. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with buying in bulk. There's nothing wrong with finding suppliers that'll do it for a little bit cheaper. But we all have to do what works best for ourselves. And that's all I'm sharing is what works for me. You guys seen me shove 9 t-shirts into that poly mailer. Would it have been better if I just bought a bigger poly mailer? Probably, but it's not every day that somebody's ordering 9 t-shirts from me to justify me buying a bigger size poly mailer. No, I'm just gonna use the ones that I have that I use for hoodies, and I'll find a way to make it work, all right? So I appreciate you guys for watching Shop Life. This gives you guys a little bit of an insight on basically what I do and how my mind works. If you like watching these things, let me know in the comments. And if you wanted to, you can follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.